Good Sundays. Here it is, and the phone is ringing already. It is Pint of Comics, Sir John and Johnny Ganache. It is our 100th episode spectacular. That's right, you heard right. In June of 2017, Sir John and I decided to bring our little podcast. That's right, did you know it was a podcast? You can check us out at www.pintofcomics.com. And we said, you know what, let's do this on the radio as well. So we're doing it on the radio, and we're going to have some guests, some past guests call in, see what they're up to, and it's going to be a fun day. So let's see who John has on the other line. He's putting him on hold, and he's second now. Lou is filming it per usual, so please check us out at YouTube. You can always check out highlights of the weekly radio show. And let's ask John first. John?
Yeah.
Who is on the line?
There's a mic on line one.
A mic? What mic?
We'll find out when you get it.
All right, let's turn the phone on here. And
you got it.
Caller, you're on the line.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Did you switch the...
Are we to two?
No, line one.
Line one. Yeah, it's on line one.
All right, switch to line two.
All right, let's try line two. That's line one. All right, we're going to try that again in a second.
Did you just hang up on everybody?
I might have. There's a possibility. Line one is hooked up?
No, Mike Kelleher had called in.
Oh, Mike, please call back. Phone is ringing again. I'm going to shut John off for a second. This is live radio, folks. By the way, WESU Springs Pledge Drive is happening right now. We've raised $5,000 so far. Less than $20,000 to go. So please, please, please go to wesu.org, fm.org, and hit that donate button, because this radio station doesn't run on hopes and dreams or any of that good stuff. So we're going to try to get Mike Kelleher back on the line here. Let's see if I could do this. All right, he's on line two. We're switching to line two. We're going to turn the phone bank up. Mike, are you there?
Hey, I'm here.
All right.
Hey, you did it.
You know, I just did a sequence of switches. I felt like I was on the Millennium Falcon for about 2 minutes. I hit a toggle switch. I hit a button. I put something up. Mike, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing. Calling to congratulate you guys on your 100th episode.
Well, thank you, man. You were part of two of those at the very least.
Yeah, well, in studio twice. Ran into you guys a couple times at the cons.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
Yeah, we saw you, as a matter of fact, what was it, last month or so at CT GamerCon, and I was bummed out because we talked for about 5 minutes, and you and Deb were there with your son, and then we didn't get a chance to say goodbye, but did you have fun that day?
Oh, of course, yeah. Mitch always puts on a great show.
Yeah.
And so always happy to support him, and of course just have a great time at all of the shows.
Yeah. Are you a video game guy, or are you a...
Well, I mean, I used to be a huge video game guy, but life kind of got in the way. Yeah, I mean, I'm part of the generation where we were part of the Atari 2600, so wasted a huge portion of my youth playing with those games, and then I think we bought almost every single. Yeah, I don't think I'm exaggerating to say we bought almost every single major console over the past 30 years.
Wow, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were just heavy into it. And, of course, when the PC gaming started, we were really heavy into that until it started taking over our lives with the EverQuest and World of Warcraft and things like that. So we had to tone it down. But my son is huge into it, and I try to play as often as possible.
What was that one from Texas Instruments? What was the console?
Was that the TSR?
TSR.
Maybe. No. The one that you program yourself?
I don't remember that. I remember Texas Instruments. Now obviously, if folks don't remember, you're the head over at Kellustration. You guys digitally restore fantastic old comic books, and you do a lot of other stuff. You're a fantastic artist as well. Have you ever gotten into drawing any of the characters from video games, or do you stay away? Like, do you have like a Pitfall Harry somewhere? Or?
No, I don't think I've ever done anything like that. Early on in my career, I was doing 3D graphics for a bunch of video games, but they were all just very straight to console kind of. One of the video games that we did was actually a tutorial for people that are going to bartending school.
Really?
It was a video game to teach people how to make drinks. And so I don't drink. And so it was very interesting trying to research all of this, all this information about alcohol and the different different recipes and things like that, and then try to create graphics based off of that.
You know, if you ever need help.
Yeah, I'm sure. I was gonna say you may not drink, but John's done enough for you, me, and him. He can help you out. You want to know what's in a flying squirrel zipper? He knows.
You know, I had to find out all that stuff, so I could probably make well, I don't know if it would be decent to taste, but it would be at least accurate to the recipe.
Well, Mike, the number one concern we have right now is you called in. We want to say thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, hey, I love listening to the show. Listen every week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very, very happy for you guys that you're keeping going.
And you're coming down soon to do the podcast with us, right? We had talked to you about the Pint Movie Invitational, and you had expressed interest in what we do in the shadows.
Oh, yes.
So don't forget about that. I haven't forgot. I have my little list handy.
Fantastic. Yeah. Anytime you guys are available, let me know. I'll make time for that.
You are truly the best, and we're counting down the days till December and hoping you have that awesome Christmas party again, because that was fantastic.
It's in the planning stages, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen.
Awesome. Mike, thank you for calling in.
I appreciate it.
We got someone on line one, and give everybody out there one more time the website. They can go check your stuff out.
That's Kellustration.com, KELLUSTRATION.com.
All right.
And congratulations again, guys.
Mike, thank you for calling in.
Appreciate it, Mike.
We'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to switch over. Let's hope there's no loud sounds here. Line one, coming at you live. Line one.
Not too many loud sounds.
A little bit of a snap, pop, and a crackle. John, who do we have on line one?
Well, we had Mitch.
Yes, I'm still here.
All right, good. All right.
I didn't want to be rude.
Oh, come on. You've done radio plenty of times before. You know how it's rude when you wish it to be.
Well, he's used to doing the big league stuff though. We're minor.
Big league stuff.
Yes, that's true. That's true. But you know, you have more heart than those big time radio guys.
Well,
how was it judging that air guitar contest?
I wanted to say first of all to the listeners that it's Mitch Halleck, the man in charge of the awesome Terrificon this year, August 9th through 11th, right, Mitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Terrificon. See, I always do that. I always put the wrong.
where we met the previous guest.
That's right. We did. We met Mike. Yeah, the year that I lost you for 6 hours talking to Mike Kelleher.
See, I'm like a matchmaker. Oh, Mike Kelleher was just on.
He was just on. Yeah. So you.
Oh.
So yesterday we saw that you were over at a local favorite WPLR in New Haven. There, you were. What were you doing? You were judging a bunch of soccer moms playing air guitar. What is going on?
I was recruited to be a judge in the air guitar contest, and the winner of the tickets got a 2 tickets, all expense paid, trip to Los Angeles. And I was saying, to see the Beastie Boys, but it turned out to be the Backstreet Boys. So what do I know?
Yeah. Yeah. So was it fun? Was it embarrassing? What was
well, you don't know what to expect, but it starts off pretty sedate. They have a stage, and these women got up there, and they played air guitar. And then it was the 4th or 5th contestant that jumped off the stage. I thought she broke a hip, but she lunged at the table of the judges. I was scared. I thought I owed her money, and then then we had another one that was dressed like Slash. She was very politically correct. I don't know what it was, but she was definitely one of the contestants we picked. She
was a person that was there.
Yeah, and then there was another woman that was just kept like whipping the hair around and just like gyrating, and I didn't know what was happening, and we had to pick some. So we're thinking, well, what could top the jump off the stage? Oh, she did a split in the middle of her next number, and I'm like, look, just give her the tickets. I mean, this is crazy. So
yeah, if you're willing to do a split at let's say 42 years old, then good for you.
One of my fellow judges knew you guys.
Oh, really? Who was your judge?
He was a comedian named Pat Oates.
Oh yeah, Pat. We don't really know Pat. We know him through the podcasting community. He has a pretty good podcast called I Always Laugh, and this is a joke in his routine. The show is called Pat Oates is Sad, but it's funny because when you read it really quickly, it looks like it's Potatoes is Sad, and because his name is Pat Oates. That's cool. That's great. Pat is a cool guy and a very good stand-up comedian.
Yeah, no. He said, "Oh, I know you. You're on the Pint of Comics show." I go, "I think I was on there like once." Sure.
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah. Recently.
And then he's like, he wanted me to butter you guys up to get him on your show. I go, "Well, I've got a lot of pull over there." So.
Oh, I've talked to him before. He seemed to me. He seemed like he was kind of, I won't say disinterested, but like blasé. Oh, no. Maybe that's the game he's playing.
He's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
He was coy. He was trying to reel you in.
I haven't dated in a long time, so I forgot what that was all about. And
yeah. He was liking you, man. He had a mad crush on you. And
that's
you just
cool.
Pick up on it.
Mad crush. Yeah. So we already went through CT GamerCon back in March. We had a great time. Bigger and better the third year than it's been any year.
Always.
And the Terrificon, again, give everybody your website and where they can find tickets, because the tickets are on sale right now. And start clearing your calendar for the weekend of the 9th through the 11th.
It's Terrific, TERRIFICON.com, Terrificon.com, one word. And you'll find all the guests that I keep putting up there every day. Literally every day. I can do a guest a day. It's like one of those desk calendars. You rip off the thing every day and you learn a new fact. But every day there's a new guest. And it's comic book creators and artists and writers and, dealers and toys and oh my. And then there's actors. There's Billy D. Williams, Val Kilmer, John Barrowman, John Wesley Shipp. You name it, they'll be there.
Mitch, I'm always very kind of reticent to, even though we got press passes and everything. I'm always kind of nervous to go up and just talk to some of these celebrities. Can you do me a favor? Can you get me in just to say hi to Val Kilmer? Can I get a minute with Val Kilmer? And just because this guy, I mean, look, I'm a child of the '80s. This guy was in so many things that I loved, and this guy was Batman, for God's sake. I got to talk to Val Kilmer for a second.
John has got his Mad Mardigan doll from
Mad Mardigan.
I'm actually I got to meet Howard Chaykin. I've never met the guy.
Really?
Oh, come on.
I have never met the guy. Apparently, I keep hanging up on Billy. I don't know what's...
All right, I'm going to put you off. Grab that phone. So, yeah, Terrificon, we talk about it all the time. We've had you on, and we support it, and we can't say it enough, and I know it sounds like when we have a guest on that we're just saying it and buttering the guest up, but you really do run the best of the big, which is now a big con, and we also stress, and we always say this, that it's a comic con. You go there... Yeah, comic book stuff. Don't go there. Yes, you said Val Kilmer will be there, Billy D. Williams will be there, but that is not what a lot of these other shows. It's not the spotlight. It's not like you're going there to see Val Kilmer and then hopefully see someone that writes a comic or draws a comic.
And plus, you know how dumb I am. I get offers from vendors that want to sell things like insurance. They want to sell windows. They want to sell gutters. I had a guy the other day wanted to sell some type of ointment you put on your sore muscles. And I turned the money away.
Yeah, well, you're not the Big E, man. That's the Big E.
I know, that's what I go. I'm like, what is this, as seen on TV? No, it's a comic book convention, buddy.
I laugh every time I go to the Big E, and everybody goes there to eat and then to maybe see the animals and stuff, and then there's somebody always selling hot tubs. Who buys a hot tub at the Big E?
I have no idea. I wonder what that tent was.
Yeah.
When you walk around there.
The hot tub tent.
They should sell some type of cholesterol cleaning thing for your veins after eating all this fried onion rings.
Yeah, even the vegetables are unhealthy at the Big E.
I even think some of the animals have been deep fried. We went on a camel ride once, and I think it was coated in sugary goodness. But anyway, you guys keep doing the Lord's work up there in the town of Middle.
That's right. All right, Mitch. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for your kind words. And,
thanks, Mitch.
All right. Where do I pledge my money now?
Oh, go to WESUFM.org.
Yeah, okay.
And then just go to the donate button. And then all we ask is if you do make any kind of donation, just put in the little notation side, put in Pint of Comics.
And I get the tote bag, right?
There's a certain amount. I don't know the amount, but there's an awesome tote bag. And you know what, Mitch, if you don't end up getting one, let me know, and I'll just take the one off the wall in the studio and get it to you.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. So Michael Kelleher, Mitch Halleck, we've been having a good time so far, and John's having an issue with the phones over here, so I'm not sure. The phones have been ringing nonstop, but I don't know if we have somebody on the line, so I'm going to keep talking to you for a second. Don't forget to go to www.pintofcomics.com. Check us out every Sunday night at 6:30 p.m. We have a fantastic show after and before us. We have either Billy Johnstone before us with the Broadway Radio Hour, or Eloise Tencher with the International Music Show Hour, pardon me. And then after us is our great friend Uncle John and Dead Air. If you have ever been a fan of jam bands or the Grateful Dead in particular, or any of their spin-off bands, you have got to listen to Dead Air. He is on show number, I don't know. We joke about it all the time. He literally has about 8,000 shows. John, what's going on over there?
I'm having some hold issues with the second line here.
Do you want me to switch to line 2 and see if that helps?
I don't know if that'll help, but go ahead and try.
All right, let's switch. We switched over, and we'll see what happens.
Christine, you there?
Oh, hold on. All right, nobody there. I'm going to shut the phone line off for a second.
She'll call back.
She'll call back. Christine, call back. Christine, if you're listening.
Billy's the other one. He's like, you keep hanging up on me. I'm like, I put you on hold, and it shows that you're on hold, and then next thing you know, you're calling back, so I don't know what's going on.
Remember, folks.
It worked for the first guy.
Yeah, it worked.
There we go.
WESU, here we go. We got someone calling in. Is that line 2 or line 1? All right. We turned it on. We have someone on the phone with us.
Hi, Billy.
Is this Billy?
Well, it should be Billy.
Christine?
There's nobody there.
There's nobody there. The phone is ringing again, though.
All right, try that.
All right, let's go over to line 2. Hello, you're on the air with Pint and Comics. Who are we speaking to?
Wait, I'm on the air?
Hey,
You're
Billy.
on the air. Is that Billy?
Billy, I'm having problems with the second line. I don't know why.
Something's going on, Bill.
Am I on the air right now or no?
Yeah,
yes.
you're on the air.
Yes.
Oh, hi, boys.
Wait a minute. Billy, can I ask you a question?
I am in Puerto Rico.
Was that you just changing into your Billy persona?
No, I'm just thrilled that it's your 100th performance.
Well, how many
Performance.
I mean, we're excited that it's our 100th episode, but we're more excited because
I call it performance. It's all a performance.
I noticed on your last little at the end of your show, which we were listening to with your mother, who's beautiful, by the way, and we love her.
Right.
I noticed that you said, what, next week? Was it next week is your 5th anniversary here?
No, 2 weeks.
Okay, so 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, 5th anniversary.
You missed Billy. You missed Sir John having a hissy fit in Studio B about 1 second ago. He got up. I couldn't hear him. He got up. He basically rolled the chair he was sitting in across the room angrily, and then came back with a new chair.
It's that chair that just keeps shrinking.
The orange chair? The orange chair?
No.
No. Your orange chair is right next to me, Billy. I'm actually.
Where is the orange chair?
It's right next to me, and I've got my hand on it. I'm resting my hand on it.
It's not even a chair anymore, Billy.
Yeah, this is Billy. In all honesty,
No, that orange chair is the best. It's the best ever.
Billy, for a guy like you.
Boys,
The listeners are going, oh, they're arguing about that chair again.
Well, here's the thing. If you don't know Billy is such a well put together guy, good looking, and he dresses well, and he sits on a chair that looks like it has E. coli.
This chair is
Honestly.
like it's a human petri dish.
Yeah, honestly, if a chair could have like a horrible disease like cholera or something.
But however, that chair, you can zip back and forth, and it's the best. I love it.
Zip.
I got to be honest, Bill.
Yeah,
I'm kind of living your life right now because John's in Studio B. I'm in Studio A.
I'm looking at the beach. I'm looking at the ocean.
And where exactly are you in Puerto Rico? What town?
Isla Verde.
Isla. Is this your because you're there 3 times every couple months?
Yeah. So I rented an apartment. It's beautiful, and I'm here. Yeah, right on the beach.
Is that your normal town? Is Isla Verde is that Billy's
No,
spot?
I tried something new this time around.
Oh, okay. And what's the food like? If I were to take my wife to Puerto Rico, Bill, what is the food that every time you go to Puerto Rico you cannot wait to get back to?
It's mofongo. It's called mofongo.
Mofongo. And what exactly is that?
It's like a plantain bed, and inside is meat or fish or chicken or whatever you want, and then they give a salad. It's brilliant.
Billy, you sound either like you just woke up or you're 3 mojitos in.
No, I just woke up. I took a nap.
Yeah, he's in Puerto Rico. How many naps a day? You're probably taking more naps a day than my dog right now. Go to the beach for 2 hours, take a nap. Go out and have a mofongo, take a nap.
I took a nap, and I got up to listen to you guys. So,
Billy, thank you so much. This is a dumb question, but are you in the same time zone? Is it an hour behind or ahead?
Yeah, no, same time zone.
Okay,
same time.
I wasn't sure of that.
Yeah.
So what else is new, Bill? 2 weeks from now, the 5th anniversary of the Broadway Radio Hour, which we love here, and in a month approximately, we actually talked about this a little bit the other night on our podcast. June 21st and 22nd, you were going to be starring in The Dresser.
Oh gosh, we're talking about that. Oh gosh.
Yeah. Well, I want people to go.
Well, I do too. I mean, it's going to be a big event,
and I've been learning the lines, and it's going to be great. I think. And we're raising money for a great cause. Great cause.
What's the cause, Bill?
For the children's program at the Oddfellows Playhouse.
Okay. All right.
So, the kids will benefit from this. So come and see it.
Absolutely. Do they go to the Oddfellows website to check that out?
Oddfellow, I think it's oddfellows.org or oddfellows.web. It's .org.
You're kind of being a star right now, Billy, by not knowing the little things,
I'm not big with the details.
Well, I'll be honest. I read the complete description of the play, like the plot and everything, and I don't know if I can handle watching this, Bill. It looks like.
You can. You can totally.
Okay.
Why were you reading the plot before you go to see it?
I was just kind of curious as to what it was about, and then I got ahead of myself, and I read the ending, and I went, "Man, I'm gonna throw roses at the stage."
You're gonna cry.
I probably will cry.
You are. You're gonna cry.
Billy, if you make me cry, I'm never coming back here again.
Well, I would. Well, maybe I will. I don't know.
All right. See. John, do we have someone on line one?
Yeah, we have someone on line one.
Billy, thank you for calling all the way in from one of your 19 tropical vacations you take a year.
The almost 51st state.
Love you guys.
And we love you, Bill. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Bill.
Bill.
We'll talk to you soon.
Chat soon.
All right.
Bye.
Let's switch over the phone line again.
Big thumping clunk.
I'm going to hit off for that. Yeah. Turn it on, turn on.
There you go.
Getting professional in our second or third year here. And who do we have on the phone now, John?
It's Christine.
Christine Caprolozzi.
Yeah.
Christine, what's going on? Hello.
Oh, am I on the air?
You're on the air, yeah.
Okay, so I can't swear.
No swearing. No
Christine, you'll be happy to know that 2 or 3 weeks ago we had our first person drop an F-bomb on the show.
And it wasn't me.
It was not you. You were not here, and yeah, someone dropped an F-bomb, and we had to hit the dump button, and it was a whole thing.
Almost made it 2 years.
Yeah, almost 2 full years.
Did you do the disclaimer?
I haven't done the disclaimer.
Did we do that then? Did we even do it then? We didn't even do it then. No, because
do it then?
It didn't get out. So
yeah, we pretty much only do the disclaimer when you're here. That's kind of your thing. And like I said, at one point, I want you to read it, and I'll put it on a recording so we don't have to say it. I want it in your voice.
Next time I'm there, I'll read it.
Okay.
We should.
We will, absolutely. So Christine,
I can't believe how professional I sound on the phone. And then once they get me off a conference call, forget it.
Dumpster mouth.
Exactly.
So, Christine, if you don't remember, she's been on a few times with her husband, Rob. They are in charge of so many awesome things, horrornewsnetwork.net. You got to check that out. And don't forget that they have an awesome Patreon where if you go and they have different levels and you put a little bit of money towards it every month, you get all different kinds of cool things like guest announcements early. You get cool videos. I know this because I'm a Patreon myself. But you might be saying, John, guest announcements to what? Christine, what do you and Rob do every year? And it's coming up in September.
We are the co-founders, and we run Connecticut Horror Fest, which this year will be in Naugatuck, Connecticut on September 14th.
September 14th. And why don't you give the folks out there, now this is, we did this last year. We sponsored and we're sponsoring again this year. It's a one-day fest. It is, if you're a horror fan, you need to be there. And from what I could tell last year, pretty much every horror fan in Connecticut was there. But who are some of the guests that we have to look forward to this year? Because you had an awesome list last year. You had Pam Grier, and you had Bill Mosley, and you had Mark Patton from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
We had Halloween reunion. We had Nick Castle, PJ Soul.
Right.
Nancy Kai. Yeah. We had, last year was a really, really great event, and we're hoping it's even bigger this year because we haven't announced everyone, but who we've announced so far, we have Tobin Bell and Shawnee Smith from Saw. So we're having even a VIP event in the morning where you can have breakfast with them, which is, it's already half sold out, the breakfast. So if anybody wants in on that VIP event, they want to jump on that.
And where would they go right now if they wanted to get tickets and or VIP events, all that good stuff?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. You know what? I'm actually in the YouTube shooting room right now, and the cat was in my chair, so I'm sitting in the Larry chair.
The Larry chair.
Yeah, he's all over the place, the cat. So anyway, you would go to cthorror.com, and it has who we've announced so far. We also have Danielle Harris from the Halloween franchise.
Oh, yeah.
Matthew Lillard from Scream.
Oh, yeah. He's the guy who, he gets stabbed, and he's, I think you stabbed me too many times.
And we also have Doug Bradley from Hellraiser, as well as Cenobite reunion with all the Cenobites, Nicholas Vince, Barbie Wilde, and Simon Bamford. So we're pretty excited. This
is going to be an awesome show.
Yeah.
We're super psyched.
I know, and you'll be there. You guys are going to have a table.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're going to be there second year sponsoring. We're very proud to sponsor it because you put on an awesome show, and we love you guys. And you don't get mad when I say your last name's Caprolazzi, even though it's Caprolozzi.
Just like a cheese.
I've been called worse.
Exactly. All right. I think we have someone on the other line.
We do.
We're going to switch over to second Christine.
But we're going to see if this works.
One more time, give us the websites where everybody can go to check out any of your stuff.
Oh, sure. cthorror.com for Connecticut Horror Fest and horrornewsnetwork.net. Horrornewsnetwork.net also has, like you said, a Patreon and a YouTube page where we do some crazy videos, have some shenanigans you can check out. But hey, congratulations, guys, on 100 episodes.
Thank you. And we just now, as a little formality, we were going to say anyway, you guys got to come back on before CT Horror Fest so we could do a whole show with you guys, you and Rob, and get further into the stuff. And maybe in the next month or so, we can get some more guest announcements. And maybe you could do a guest announcement here that you wouldn't do anywhere else.
Maybe I will.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
No problem. Thank you. All right. You want me to switch over phone, or you want me to do a...
You want to do the...
Yeah, we're going to do a real brief public service announcement while we have someone holding on the phone. So you are listening to Pint of Comics, and check this out. Yo Joe, G.I. Joe for you right there. Man, this is like I feel like we're on the telethon right now. I feel like
this is why I wanted a third person.
Yeah, I feel like Jerry's Nana. All right, so do we have someone on the line right now?
You could try.
All right, let's give it a shot here. We're going to turn the phone on. And that is line 2. Hello, is anybody there?
Hello, this is your mother, Irving. I want you to stop reading those horrible comics. They're going to rot your mind. You couldn't call me your Mother's Day. That's okay. I'll sit here be by myself. Don't worry about a thing.
Professor Bill Foster,
it is indeed, my brother.
the great man, the multiple time guest, and here to remind us all, because we haven't said it yet, that it is Mother's Day. So you know what? If you haven't yet, call your. I have to call my mom. I saw my mom the other day, and I still have to call her. So Bill, thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for reminding us of that.
Oh, dude, listen, it's my pleasure. I just wanted to call and say, every time I've been on your show, I have totally enjoyed myself. You guys are nuts, and it makes the show exciting and fun. And the body of knowledge that we touch on in one show always amazes me.
Yeah, especially when we get a guest like you on, Bill. 1 hour is never enough.
Never enough. Bill.
We got, that maybe year 3 we'll work on that. Maybe get a 2-hour show here.
Well, my brother, better to leave them wanting more than people say, oh, geez, what else is on?
That's right.
We got to get you on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's what we got to do.
Yeah, still got to get Bill on the podcast.
Really do a big old episode.
Yeah.
Oh, that's coming up. I'm not even concerned. Oh, by the way, I did want to make up, because it's important, I wanted to say one point about something I saw that's amazing that just happened in a world that connects right to comic books. The Black Panther movie, obviously from the Black Panther character in comic books, has touched on so many different parts of media. It's amazing. And one part that just recently discovered myself was they have a Black Panther action figure that does something no other action figure that I've ever, except one, has ever done. One was when they had the G.I. Joe Navajo code talkers.
Okay.
They had an action figure with that, and it actually spoke Navajo. You pushed a button and it spoke Navajo.
No kidding.
Oh, man, when I saw that came out, I ran to the store to get one because I knew they weren't going to be around.
Yeah.
But I just discovered a Black Panther action figure that speaks. Very few, let's face it, of all the action figures they make, there's only a few that are black, and obviously even fewer black women. But this one does something that none of the others have ever done. It speaks in the voice of the Black Panther.
No kidding.
Oh, really?
Oh, man, because that's like, you have to appreciate what they went through in marketing to get that through. Because if somebody's going to say, oh, this is racist, no, it's a tribute. This is from me telling you. Some people won't like it, but I absolutely think it's amazing.
It's probably going to sell like crazy.
I picked up one immediately because I wanted to have it in my collection to say that this is how pervasive this is. Black Panther is in everything. Toys, movies, animated TV show, bath wash. body spray, bubble.
Hey,
I am just amazed, man.
Like the Black Panther.
I'll be honest, and I mean I don't want to get too far into this because we got other people on the line. But in all honesty, man, in my opinion, Endgame suffered from a lack of Black Panther.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you got this great character that unfortunately.
Well, my brother, sometimes people just think, "Oh, this is too much," and everybody has to deal with that who does the marketing and the planning. So I'm not mad at anybody. The fact that he's not going anywhere. The thing that got me was the movie came out in time last year. We talked about this briefly for Halloween, which means that ordinarily any costume that suggests that someone's making fun of somebody's race or ethnic background is automatically taboo. But I can almost guarantee you, every world, and not just around America, around the world, there were little white kids dressing up as the Black Panther. Mm-hmm. That is progress.
That is. Yeah, that
really
is.
So listen, guys, keep up the great work. I want to get on and say how much I appreciate what you guys do, and it's always fun. And here's the best part. You guys are local.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So I want to say how much I appreciate your talent.
Oh, thanks again,
Thank
Bill.
you so much, man. Thanks for calling in.
And no sweat, guys. Have a great day.
We'll talk to you soon. All right, we got someone on line one.
Oh, yeah.
Switch over, button on, and caller on line one.
Caller.
I feel like I'm Frasier now. Caller, you're on with Dr. Frasier Crane. Who we got on the phone?
Hey, John. It's Funk from Robert Barron.
Oh, Greg Holcomb. I don't like calling you that, though. I like calling you Funk. What's
that's
going on,
fine.
man? What's going on?
I was listening to Bill Foster.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden voices came on.
Yeah, it's what we're doing right now is interesting. It's something we've never done before. We're fielding a lot of different phone calls. If you don't know Greg was here probably about 2-3 months ago, along with the rest of the guys. February with the rest of the guys from Robert Barron's Inc. INK. If you don't know these guys, if you obviously haven't been to a local convention in the last couple of years, or you just don't like cool threads, because these are the T-shirt kings. They recently did a design for us that we got to wear, and we got to hang out with Greg and Sal last week at the awesome Boom Tube Comics up in Southington on Free Comic Book Day. We had a great time, and I wasn't kidding. When you left, you might not have heard me, Greg. I think Sal did. I want a Funkomania T-shirt.
I heard that.
Yeah.
And he's still looking to see if the screen's still out there.
Okay.
And then I told him I wanted a black and white one like Evil Hulk Hogan.
Oh, okay. There you go. The NWA Hulk Hogan. Remember that when he was blonde, but he had the black? they drew his beard in. It looked like it was terrible.
Yeah.
So
and I just want to say for the listeners, the shirts that we make it's spiraled out from, hey, I want a shirt for this, and then people started asking us for them.
No, you guys do awesome work.
The Funkomania shirt was a birthday gift for me many years ago, and I pretty much can't walk anywhere with nerds in public and not have somebody ask about it. So,
where can people go, Greg, if they want to check out all of your stuff?
Yep. Oh, thanks. That'd be great. Yeah, I loved how you spelled out our name.
Always.
That was one of my critiques of the other guys in the group. Is you say Robert Barons, nobody knows how many B's in robbers, how many R's in barons.
Yeah, there is that. There's a lot of B's.
Yep. So, and yeah, I was going to say you've told people to check us out, but we are on your YouTube channel. One of the prizes at a trivia contest was one of our new shirts.
Yeah, a few gems short of a gauntlet.
Yeah.
The young lady that won it was very excited, and what you guys are www.robertbaronsinc.com, correct?
Correct.
Again, it's Robert with 2 B's, and then Baron, it's 1 or 2 R's?
2 B's, 1 R.
1 R, and then the important part is not INC, it's INK.
Because we put ink on your shirt. Yep.
As soon as I fix my computer, I'll put it on the website, so it's a link.
We'll link it up there. Yeah. Absolutely.
That's fine. You guys plug us so much. It's
well, you listen. Greg. You're the number 1 commenter on our website, and I feel like you're like in the top 5 in the world of Pint. So we appreciate you calling in. John, do we have someone on the other line?
Yeah, and you're gonna have to play with it like you did last time. You're gonna have to pick it up, put it on hold, and then I'll.
Okay. So
I'm having because if I put him on hold here, it'll hang up on him.
All right,
so
Greg. It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you for calling in.
Thanks again, Greg.
Thanks. Enjoy the next 20 minutes.
All right. Let's see how this works. Was it line 2?
Yeah.
It was line 2.
Yeah,
all right.
line 2. And then switch it over to line 2.
Switch over to line 2, turn the phone on. I shouldn't have done that.
Ouch.
I hit the buttons in the wrong order. Line 2, do we have someone on with us?
You have your last guess.
Oh.
Line 2. Line 2.
Oh, line 2.
Should I hang up?
You can hang up. Go ahead, Greg.
Thanks, Greg.
That was my fault. Greg, we love you, man. Line 2.
Lost him.
We lost him. Whoever it was, please call.
It was Larry.
Oh, Larry, please call back in. Please call back in. We're having some. There's a lot going on.
There he is.
There he is. All right, we're gonna have Larry Dwyer on any second now. If you don't know Larry, ConnecticutCultClassics.com. Pint of Comics is a long and proud sponsor of their shows. And June 15th at the Strand Theater in Seymour, Connecticut.
Or just throw him on when he calls.
We'll throw him on when he calls. June 15th, Strand Theater, Seymour, Connecticut. Don Coscarelli night. What do you got? I got nothing over here.
You got nothing?
No.
Okay.
Let me turn the phone on. We'll see. Turn the phone on.
There.
Larry, you there? Anybody there?
Nobody's there.
Nobody's there. We're going to shut that off. Make sure he's not on this. Oh, that's just a dial tone.
Oh, that was you.
Well, that was me, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering why the thing was flashing over here.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be.
No, nothing's going on over here.
All right.
All right.
Anyway.
So we've had
100 episodes,
100,
man.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people calling in, too. Thank you, by the way, if you're listening right now, for putting up with us switching phone lines around and a lot of dial tones happening.
And I want to say, again, because we are in this lovely donation area of our spring drive, I guess you want to call it. It is spring, right?
Spring pledge drive, yeah.
Spring pledge drive.
This does not seem like spring.
No, it doesn't. And yes, for some reason I'm having issues with the hold button on this side of the class.
Yeah. Let's see if this one goes.
That's Chad.
It's Chad?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
It's on.
Oh,
line
okay.
Two.
Line 2?
There
Caller, you're on the air with Pint of Comics. No profanity, please, Chad Dizzle Davis.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
Caller, you're on the air.
We got on with us our good buddy Chad Dizzle Davis. If you don't know Chad has been on the show a couple times now. He is a podcaster. And he's kind of a southeastern Connecticut tastemaker of sorts. Like Chad puts on comedy shows, which I've been to a few of them. They're fantastic. Are you doing a steady podcast other than the Family Matters one right now, or what are you doing right now, Chad?
No, that's the one that I'm concentrating on now. We haven't released an episode yet, but we've been recording episodes to put in the backlog. So
you're gonna have it's gonna be bingeable.
Yes, we're going to probably release 2 episodes a week for like the first 2 weeks. And then every week after that, one episode every week after that.
Now, this is a niche podcast. Explain to everybody out there in Radioland what exactly, what the name of the show is and what you're doing. Because I think it's quite, for me, it might not be my wheelhouse, but I think there's a lot of people out there that would really dig this.
So, me and my buddy, Brian Quagan, he's a comedian from Connecticut, from the Hartford area. We decided we were going to watch every episode of Family Matters.
Which is how many?
So, it's going to take us 2.5 years for this podcast.
Wow.
So, I can't remember the exact amount of episodes, but I think it's like 8 seasons.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And Urkel doesn't even show up to like season 3, right?
No, Urkel shows up in season 1, episode 3.
Okay.
Has a short cameo. And then by the end of the first season, he becomes one of the regulars.
Well, you invited me and John on, and I will be on the show. I will only be able to add to it from the standpoint of having watched that episode right then, and then kind of. I used to watch the show when I was a kid, but
I never watched it.
It was one of those things that just never stuck with me. I watched Perfect Strangers, and Family Matters spun off of Perfect Strangers. The mother was the
show.
Yeah, the mother character was the elevator operator in the building that Cousin Larry worked in. And then, of course, Reginald Vell Johnson, who played who played the cop in the Die Hard movies, plays a cop in this show. He looks like the same character. He's wearing the same jacket and everything. You actually think, if you didn't know, you would think they made a sitcom out of this guy's life. Whatever. What was it? Al. From.
Should have.
So when did you say these shows are going to start coming out?
We're going to shoot for the beginning of next month.
Okay.
We're just setting up websites and, social media stuff right now.
Cool.
We got I think 8 episodes recorded right now.
And I love the title. You're going with "Did I Pod That?" Right?
Yeah, did I pod that? Yeah,
that's a clever title because Urkel's famous saying was, "Did I do that?" Well, Chad, thank you so much for calling in, man. We love you, man. We consider you a good friend. And we're looking forward to maybe this summer coming back out on a really hot day and recording on your deck again.
The hottest day ever.
That was a good time.
The hottest day of the year, drinking beers. Chad's mother, I want to say this right now. Happy Mother's Day to Chad's mother, too. She has figured out the engineering, structural, and chemical. Chad's house was the best air-conditioned house I've ever been in. We recorded the entire day on the deck. We were out there for 2-3 hours. It was a really hot August day, and right before we left, I was way down southeast. It was an hour away from where we live. I had to use the restroom, and when I walked in, I could not believe this woman. Did she work at SeaWorld and took care of penguins?
No, we. That's what Central Air does, I guess.
Oh,
beautiful, Chad. Beautiful.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, Chad, thank you for calling in.
Thanks again, Chad.
Hey, congrats on 100, you guys.
Hey, man, we love you, dude. Thank you so much.
All right, love you guys.
Check out Did I Pod That when it comes out. All right, let's move over back to line 1. And
finally, it's Larry.
Larry Dwyer, you were on the air with Pint of Comics.
Well, I'm on the air.
Yeah, Larry, what's going on, man?
Oh, just make a little chicken parm.
Ooh, are you chicken parming it tonight?
I am. Jen wanted chicken parm for Mother's Day, so chicken parm it is.
Wow, man. Yeah, Larry is
what a guy.
Yeah, he is. What a guy, man. Chicken
you
parm.
should have seen the chocolate chip French toast this morning. Oh, man.
And I think we just, now, of course, we mentioned it before, but Larry Dwyer is the head of CT Connecticut Cult Classics. He is one of the crew over at CT Horror Fest and HorrorNewsNetwork.net. Check him out in all those different places. June 15th, next month, Don Coscarelli night. Phantasm and Bubba Hotep.
Somebody was sitting in your chair earlier.
My chair?
Yeah.
Tell them to stop it. I don't like that.
But Larry, did you say, now again, we go into this all the time. Larry has probably been one of our most repeated guests on the show. Maybe the most repeated guest.
I think he's the number one.
Yeah, you've been here 4 or 5 times. You've been on the podcast about 900 times. But now we know you were in Hatebreed at one point. You're touring with, you're doing some stuff with your next band, Death Threat.
Yep.
But didn't you say at one point, I'm trying to remember, did you go to culinary school as well?
I did.
Yeah.
I went to technical high school.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had gotten kicked out of the first high school.
Yeah.
And by the time I got to the technical high school, I had to pick a shop. I was a sophomore, so all the freshmen had already picked their shops. The only ones available to me were hairdressing and culinary.
Oh, why not hairdressing?
Well, I did have long hair at the time, but so I gave it a thought. It did cross my mind. Well, hairdressing maybe, but I was like, no, you know what? I'll jump in there, which is funny because I didn't like. Well, I mean, I liked food enough to live, but I didn't like food. I wasn't a foodie. I didn't care about food. My parents were horrible cooks, so I grew up eating horrible food, and I only ate because I had to. I hated steak with a passion, hated steak, because my father would always cook it until it was a hockey puck, a charcoal briquette, and he would buy a crappy, like a I don't even know, some crappy cut of steak and then burn it. You couldn't even chew it, and he's there just dumping Worcestershire sauce all over it.
Your father didn't go for London broil. He went for Liverpool broil.
It was just the war. You couldn't even cut through it, but he loved it. And it wasn't until I got to school that I had a ribeye medium rare, and the heavens opened and angels singing. Yeah. I was like, oh, so this is what food is. I get it now. And now that's why I'm fat now. So you should see I was skinny back then.
And you had long hair. Now Larry, are you one of those rare Now, Larry's straight down to the skin, bald.
Yep.
Are you one of those rare bald guys that actually prefer shaving your head, or did you start losing the long hair at some point?
No, I was 18 or 19, and I still had longish hair, and I was combing it back in the bathroom, and noticed that it was thinning, like at the widow's peak area. And I was like, what is that all about? I'm looking closer, and I was like, oh, hell no. And immediately, it was probably 10 o'clock at night. I just took scissors and cut off what I could, and then took clippers and clipped it all down, and that was it.
Wow, like the same night you noticed.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, that's some crap. I'm not doing that. And I pretty much had it shaved ever since. You're talking like 93. I did have one girlfriend who asked me to grow it back. She's like, grow your hair back. I want to see what that looks like. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. and that we stopped dating because she didn't like to look at George from Seinfeld. She couldn't get the Costanza-like image out of her head.
You had the
Costanza.
At that point, you had the toilet seat head. Where I get that. I get that.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? That's it. Never again. Done deal. And
it's a good thing. It's a good thing you did it right down there, because I can tell you from experience. I had a full head of hair, and at 22, I went and got my license redone.
Yep.
And when I got my license redone, I brought it home and I looked at it and I went, in this picture, I almost think I could see in the front, like my scalp a little bit. Gypsy curse, man. My hair started that year just coming out left and right. So you at least did yourself the favor of not having to see it happen.
Right. I took care of it immediately.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Good for you.
No Propecia for you, John?
No Propecia.
No. And those were the days back with Cy Sperling, right? He wasn't just the president. He was
he was a client.
He was a client.
Yeah. So this is what is this? 100 years?
100 years. Yeah. Yeah. 100 years.
Happy anniversary.
No,
awesome.
100 episodes, 2 years.
Well, we couldn't even get Billy to sing on the show.
Yeah, really. Billy Johnson didn't even sing. No, Larry, we do want to point out too, though, that you just recently had a chance to play at College Street Station with your old band Hate Breed.
Yep.
And you went out to Chicago to play with Death Threat for a what was this, the 25th anniversary? 20th anniversary, 25th for Hate Breed.
Yep.
And when you went out there, you only packed shorts.
Yeah.
And you went out there during a snowstorm, correct?
Yeah, it snowed from 8 a.m. till almost midnight.
Wow.
I did, as normal for me, overpack severely. There for 2 days, I packed 6 pairs of shorts, 8 short sleeve T-shirts. 2 or 3 pairs of sneakers.
I do the same thing, man. I don't know
what I'm going to want to wear that day, so I pack a bunch of stuff. But thankfully I brought a windbreaker, so the wind never stood a chance. But
in the windy city.
Yeah, I was like, Chicago, windy city. Better bring a windbreaker.
Windbreaker.
That was a good call. Not checking the weather report, however.
Not your best moment.
And also, I will let you know, in case this ever happens to any of you guys, if anybody ever suggests to you to drive to Chicago, punch them right in the face.
Okay.
Yeah, just do that. Just haul off, punch them right in the face.
Which way did you go?
80-something. I don't know.
Oh, 80's the worst.
No, it's the straightest way to go.
It's the boringest way to go.
Well, it's a drag.
That's what it was. It was like, I could deal with it when there's stuff to look at, but, 6 hours of farm.
Yeah. I had to drive one time. I went to Pittsburgh with some friends.
Yep.
And they both, we left in the morning and got breakfast, and we got in the car, I was driving, and they both fell asleep. I think they did it on purpose, and I drove all the way through Pennsylvania. And when we got to New Jersey, we stopped at a rest station, and I took over, and I honestly felt like my head was going to explode.
Yeah,
it's brutal. I did 10 hours straight on the first day myself.
Yeah.
I was like, I was raring to go. I was like, I got it. I'll drive the first leg, and I'll wake you up when, take some naps. So I did. It was just me and CJ, the guitar player, in our vehicle. So every time he was sleeping, I made sure to take a picture of him sleeping and send it to the rest of the band, which is, something you have to do, torture the kid. He got me back, though, because he did, when I was flipping through the radio one time when he was driving, I came across Shake It Off by Taylor Swift and immediately started singing. I didn't see him videotaping that. And then he sent that to the rest of the band. I was like, listen, I got kids. I have no shame. No shame that I know the words to Taylor Swift.
And I wanted to point out, too, that I just saw, I think on Instagram, you guys are playing, was it Philadelphia?
Yeah, it's a big 3-day festival called This Is Hardcore, and some of the biggest hardcore bands ever are playing it. Gorilla Biscuits is playing it, Cro-Mags is playing it, Agnostic Front is playing it, and we're playing on the Sunday. I think we're We're somewhere near the end, second to last. Definitely not last. Last is Gorilla Biscuits. They're headline on the Sunday. We might be one or two bands before them.
Now, is this getting like all this like kind of doing this stuff, a couple shows and hanging out with your old friends? Is it getting any of your like? Do you want to form a band now? Are you starting to get to that? No, not at all. Nope.
If anything, it's convincing me otherwise.
Oh, okay, really?
No, it's not. It's not convincing me otherwise. I'm having a blast. But I do the yearly Misfits tribute show for Halloween, and that's enough. I've been there. I've done all this before. This is really cool. Getting to do the anniversary shows with these guys, and that's fun and all. But it's nothing I would never want to jump in a van and tour again.
Now, you played College Street. Now, again, College Street isn't a huge place.
Yeah.
But when you were in Hatebreed, it was at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'm sure you played a lot of clubs and stuff like that. Was College Street the biggest show you've ever played on stage in front of people before?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was just wondering what that felt like,
No, I mean, it was the most I played in front of in a long time, that's for sure.
Right.
I think there was 2,100 people, I think. So it was a good, definitely a good-sized crowd, but definitely not the biggest I played in front of. But biggest I played in front of in quite some time. But I wasn't nervous. That's fine. It was fun. I went out there and did my song and then went back to the Strand to finish the night.
Me and Lloyd saw you right after we were, as Nightmare on Elm Street 2 is leaving, Larry's like standing in the lobby, like looking like he's kind of half out of breath. Like he introduced the show. He disappeared, and then he goes and plays a song with a major band, probably 30 or 20 miles away, and then comes back and finishes the night off.
Yeah. Story of my life. What are we gonna do?
You're definitely
keep moving.
Keep moving.
You're definitely one of our favorite guests, Larry. We always love when you're on, and we appreciate the fact that you let us sponsor the Cult Classic stuff.
Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, we can't talk enough about it. And Coscarelli night on the 15th. And then hopefully we'll get you in soon, and maybe you can give everybody an announcement of whatever the August show will be.
Yeah, that's going to be that's a doozy.
Uh-oh.
I just booked that one. It took me 3 months to get licensing for one of the films.
Wow.
And I had to actually go directly to the writer and director of the film to get the licensing.
So let me ask, just for my curiosity, because me and you had kind of talked about what your hopes were for it. Is what you had told me?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't remember, but I'm pretty positive it's what I told you.
I'll keep it in the pocket, but that'll be a fun one if it is the one we talked about.
Yeah, definitely,
Awesome.
Definitely a fun one. Well, guys, but congratulations, 100 shows on WSU.
Yeah, we're rocking out there. All right, Larry, get back to your chicken parm before Jen gets and seriously tell Jen Happy Mother's Day. From us.
I will. I'll do. And yes, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you
for everything you guys do. Thank you for sponsoring and thank you for giving the world your wonderful voices.
You got
Appreciate
it. Thank you, man.
Bye, guys.
Bye. All right, I think that might have been. Well, we're 3 minutes away from the end of the show, so that filled out well.